Hello guys, welcome back to my left, right, and center build. As of right now, I am doing the crossover. This is my first ever crossover. I am a rookie. If this looks like a hack job, hey, I'm just learning. The crossover was designed by a guy local here who's way more advanced in speaker building than I am. He has the microphone and the programs and the the spreadsheet for what to use and what to do. For those who don't know how to read a schematic or a drawing of how to wire one of these things up, basically the red is the positive, the black is the negative. Everything has to go back to ground after it runs through this series of resistors and capacitors and whatever to the drivers. Real quickly, I highlighted what was the red side or positive side, and then the green is the ground side. If you want to look at all this stuff here, you'll probably have to watch this video a few times to kind of figure out what everything is, and pause and effect, or get on the forums that I'm with and kind of look at my bill of materials. But I will go over it, and just kind of let you guys look at the video, and then you can kind of go through it yourself and pick up what you need. And if you need questions on some things, then you can ask, and I'll do my best to help you with what it all is. But after everything's all said and done, this is what it kind of looks like. And luckily, with where I wanted to put it, I can fit it all on one board. This board is about 10 inches wide by, it's been a long time. It's about 10 inches long by 4 inches wide. And, it's kind of hard and confusing to explain it without you sitting next to me and just building it. That's kind of why there's not that many crossover videos, and if they are, they're 2 hours long and you still have a bunch of questions for yourself. The best way to kind of get this accomplished is to learn to read the drawing, the schematic, and then build one. You just got to kind of jump in and sit with the guy who knows it for the first go around, and go take it home and make it your own and kind of figure it out. But without going looking at the drawing and then going back to here, which each little piece, that's kind of what has to happen. So like I said, look at that drawing that I made. Buy the parts and pieces if you're looking to do this build, and your crossover may look like this, or you may have a better way of doing it. There are some gaps and spaces in here, but from what I understood, from what I've read, a couple things you got to pay attention to is which way that these coils are going. You always want them to be opposite. If this one's pointing and going circle this way, you want this one to go the opposite way. Same thing if it's coming by this iron core. The coils are going around this way, so this is going this way. And same thing with this one up here. It's going the opposite way. Another thing that you want to do is I've labeled on my drawing and on the board, these fours. A 4 means it's going to ground. My mid-range and my woofer. The tweeter, ground. This is the positive for the tweet on the speaker. Up on top here is a source in, or from the amplifier in, hot side. Source in for the mid-range, hot side, and then source in for the woofer, hot side right there. And then I've also labeled on my on here, this is the hot side of the woofer. You've already saw the ground. This is the hot side for, I'm sorry, don't listen to that. Oh, here it is. This is the hot side for the mid-range after it goes through all this junk, and this is the hot side for the tweeter. So that's kind of how it is. After you get all that, and you bring it over to your box, it looks like a nest of shit. But you label your wires coming from the termination points. This is power in. Okay, PWR is power in. And if you remember on the other side, this is the source in for that. And what I did is I kind of spliced it and made it run along through to this one, the source in for here. Out of here comes in, then it goes out, and it goes into my tweeter source in. Okay, now the grounds is where it gets kind of insane, you know, because everything's got to come to one point and go home. Everything's got to go through and go through ground back to the amplifier. So this is get kind of thick and hairy right here. The power, here's the power, comes into here where the mid range and the woofer are. Through that, after you've connected to this, through that, into this one, and then through this one into these two, the iron core and the 30 amp, the 30 mH coming on into here, and then that would cover your ground. And then somehow, some way, I have to get this thing back into here on the bottom of this cabinet behind this middle chamber. So it's kind of tough. I hope I did it right. I've looked at this thing I don't know how many times, made sure I did it all correct, but questions can be put below and I will try my best to answer them. And again, if this looks like something that some asshole amateur did, that's right. I don't know shit about crossovers or how to design them. That's why I brought it to a guy. All he did was teach me how to read this, and then I kind of used my background of what I know through electric work and everything else, and kind of got hopefully did it right and got lucky. So I'll do my best to answer your questions, but thanks a lot for watching.